Hi, Mark, and welcome to Outside Views. The United States has long charged fees for entry via the visa waiver program, and the EU countries will follow suit in 2024. And now Great Britain also wants to cash in. £10 are due for each application. That means if you want to go on holiday in Great Britain, you will soon need an electronic entry permit, a so-called electronic travel authorization, abbreviated ETA. The cost of this permit is £10, that's the equivalent of about €12. And the United Kingdom announced this online now. That means travel to Great Britain has become more complex for many as a result of Brexit and will soon become even more expensive. In addition to the obligation to carry a passport, the United Kingdom wants to introduce a fee-based visa waiver program based on the US model. Specifically, the so-called Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA, will soon be required for entry. And this should apply to travelers who do not already have a visa, who do not have British or Irish nationality, and do not have a residence or work permit in Great Britain. People who do not otherwise need a visa for tourist entry, such as US or EU citizens, can be affected though. The application should cost £10 and be valid for 2 years. This is at least the details that were announced so far by the British government this week. In principle, the new regulation should apply from the end of 2024. According to the announcement, citizens of certain countries should have to prove an ETA earlier. The regulation is to apply to nationals from Qatar from November 15th in 2023 and to nationals of Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates from February 22nd in 2024. But the idea is not new. The United States has been charging electronic travel permits, or ESTAs, for visa waivers since 2009, and with it, citizens of almost all European countries, as well as Australia, Japan or South Korea, can enter the USA for currently $21. The ESTA authorization is also valid for 2 years. And from 2024, the EU countries are also planning entry registration that will be subject to a fee. The European Travel Information and Authorization System, planned for the Schengen area, will cost €7 per application, but the approval will then be valid for 3 years. In addition to the financial component, the authority of the states are also concerned with increasing security within the borders through the advance notification. The travel authorization system allows the competent authorities to screen the applicants. And as I said, it's already active in the USA, and that's why I want to give you some more details from there for you for a better understanding for the future. So the ESTA stands for Electronic System for Travel Authorization. It's an automated system used by the United States government to determine the eligibility of travelers to visit the United States under the Visa Waiver Program, or VWP. The VWP allows citizens of certain countries to travel the US for tourism, business or transit purposes without obtaining a traditional visa. The main purpose of ESTA is to enhance security and facilitate the screening process for travelers entering the US. It collects biographic and eligibility information from travelers before their trip to determine if they pose any security or law enforcement risks. ESTA is available to citizens or nationals of countries participating in the Visa Waiver Program. And the VWP includes 39 countries, as far as I know, including countries like the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and many others. However, it's essential to check the official ESTA website for an updated list of eligible countries if you want to go there, whenever that might be. Travelers need to submit an online application through the official ESTA website, and the application requires personal information, travel details, and answers to security-related questions. It is recommended to apply for ESTA at least 72 hours before departure, although it's possible to apply on shorter notice in most cases. An approved ESTA is generally valid for 2 years or until the expiration of the traveler's passport, whichever comes first. And this means that once approved, you can use the same ESTA for multiple trips to the US during the validity period, as long as each stay is within 90 days and complies with the terms of the visa waiver program. There is, as I said, a fee associated with the ESTA application, which covers the cost of processing and maintaining the system. And as I said earlier, the fee at the moment is supposed to be $21 for each ESTA application. And they can change all the time. So after a few weeks, this video can be outdated in that case. So don't insist on that amount. But after submitting the ESTA application, travelers typically receive an immediate response regarding their eligibility. And most applications are approved within seconds. However, in some cases, additional review may be required, leading to a delay in the approval process. If the application is denied, the traveler would need to apply for a visa at US Embassy or at a consulate. And I haven't checked this since they used ESTA, but when I still know it from those cards and so on, it is a bit problematic in some cases, and that could make my application, for example, a bit longer, because on the old ones there was one question: do you know how to handle explosives? And if yes, why? And if a computer just sees the yes, because I would have to tick yes if I have to answer it honestly, because it's a legal document, and putting something in there that's not true is a criminal offense. And so I would have to tick yes. I'm a former Air Force officer, and of course I know how to handle explosives. And that would be the reason I have to put in. But probably if the computer sees that at that point there's a tick at the yes, they will review it. I think so. If somebody has experienced it differently, just let me know. I haven't tried the electronic one yet. But I thought I include those details of a running system before it's coming in the UK as well. And it's coming in the EU as well, as I said. It's more expensive in the UK than it will be in the EU, and shorter. But that's a matter, if you want to discuss that, it's fine. But I haven't seen all the details yet, so I cannot really completely compare those two. And this video was just an informational video that it is coming. I'm not judging on that. If they need that to strengthen security, I said the same about the EU, well, then just do it. And it might make work easier, I don't know. But we will see in practice if it works. And that's the important part, implementing the system. That will be the really important part of the whole thing. And I hope both sides are able to do that. And just another reminder, I said it this morning already, but you always see the banner up there right now. The new Outside Views STFC is already running. The first video was published there. It's just a shorter one with some basic trick you need if you play this game to have a little bit more rest while playing, I must say. And there will be in time more interesting stuff, but for that will need investments, and that's why I keep up the banner there. And everyone who wants to support Outside Views, especially in building this new channel, is always welcome, and it's very appreciated. And I'll see you hopefully on Outside Views STFC. Otherwise, my next video is right here. I'll see you there. I'll be back.